Okay, so we're going to continue our lesson on expressions here in lesson 1.1.2. And here we're going to talk more about what happens as the variable changes in an expression, what effect that has on the overall expression. So this first example, we have a new car that loses an average value of $1,800 per year for each of the first 6 years of ownership. When Nia bought her new car, she paid $25,000. The expression is given, 25,000 minus 1,800y, to represent that current value of the car, and y is given as the number of years since she bought it. What effect, if any, does the change in number of years since Nia bought the car have on the original price of the car? So it's a very specific question, and it's easy to get confused. So let's first pay attention to what's generally happening in this situation. So each year, I generally like to set this up in some sort of table. We got the number of years, okay, which is also known as y. And then we have the value of the car. So if 0 years have passed, so in the beginning, initially, she had a $25,000 vehicle. After 1 year has passed, that vehicle is now worth $23,200. Okay. After 2 years, that vehicle will again depreciate by $1,800 and will now be $21,400. This trend continues, so we end up with the last year, or well, the third year, where you have $19,600. We could continue going with this. We could put it on out for all 6 years, but you kind of get the idea here. We're losing $1,800 each year. However, that may tempt you to say that the overall value is decreasing as the number of years goes up, which is true, but that's not really what the question asked, because it said, what effect, if any, does the change in the number of years since Nia bought the car have on the original price of the car? Okay? The number of years affects how much the current value is. So the answer to the question for this one is that the number of years has no effect There's absolutely no effect on the original price of the car. Okay? So you have to, this is a lesson in being extremely careful in what the questioning is asking you to do. Okay? Because the variable is connected to the 1,800, and they asked about the constant value. We talked about constants in the last unit, or in the last lesson. Because of that, you have to pay very close attention to what this question is really asking. There's really not a lot of work to be done on this one. It's really about understanding that the variable is not connected to the constant, and the variable really has no effect on the constant, okay, which in this case was the original price of the car.